Hey kids, Mark Miller here. I got a breakpoint in my code on client hosting stopped. Hold on, what's going on here? Let's take a look at this. That's super interesting. What does that mean? Hosting stopped. I'm not sure what that means.
It's Judy.
Twitch client on hosting stopped. If we can learn anything about that. Because we are still streaming. See what we can get there. We still have remote control. Oh, fires when the joined channel quits hosting another channel. Got it. Okay, so we're cool with that. We're expecting that to fire when we start up. All right, cool. Dr. X Design or DRX Design is out there and says hello. Welcome, DRX Design. Welcome. I'm Mark Miller, and we write code here. We do some design out here. And we're working on a Dungeons & Dragons mapping application. We're working on serialization of it. Fred is with us over here. Fred, can you say hi to everybody? Everything's good? Nice. Cool. All right, let's run the app, and we'll see where we are. I made a couple changes with this. I was on a little bit of a vacation last week. Went to Vegas. Took care of some stuff, some business, and part of that was that business. When I say that business, I mean it took my wife to see a neurologist there. My wife has experienced a stroke before, and we were getting some expert care for her, and happy to say that went pretty well. We met the neurologist for the first time, and she ordered a slew of tests, and so I'm feeling pretty good about that, where things are going with that. So that went well in Vegas. While I was there, I had a little bit of time to make a few changes to this. One of them was the ability to hit to bring up an open file dialog. So I can hit Control O to do open, and let's see. And not all these might work because I've changed the format of some of these. Like, I don't know, does first save work? Yeah, it doesn't look. Oh yeah, it does work. Okay, cool. So that means all of these should work then. What's diagonal tile going to do? There we go. So just some other pieces I've done out here, and Lava Small. So it's the same as Gray. Both of those look the same there. I think I also have Control Shift S to do a save as, so I can give it a new name. So I can come in here. Let's select let's actually change this layout up a bit. Let's I don't know. We'll do something simple like this. Take it just a breakpoint, okay. And let's put walls around there, and then in here, let's clear all the walls. Just a control click over there. We'll clear all those walls. And then double click that. Okay, slight problem here is that it doesn't update the parents. Well, actually, that's not necessarily true because this is not big enough to be considered part of the room. Let me come down here and add just a little more and see if I have a bug or not. All right, one more time. And let's see, what can I do here? Because I have to individually turn off these walls one at a time. Control click there, control click there, and control click there, and then select all of that and turn off all the walls. Okay, now if I double click, nope. So I got a bug. So I've changed the size of the room, and the room hasn't reevaluated itself to figure out how big it is. So I would like to fix that. For now, though, I'm going to just fill it with a tile like this, and then I'm going to hit Control Shift S and give it a new name. And we're going to call this the plus map. It looks a little bit like a plus sign. Then I'm going to hit Control O to open another map up. And then I'm going to hit Control O again to open up our plus map and see if it... interesting. Look at that. And it didn't save the new tile either. And it got these as different rooms. Okay. Interesting. It did get the walls correctly, though. It looks like they're wrong, but if we fill in the tile, that's the wall drawing is based on whether there's any void here next to it, so it's considering these voids. But if I fill everything in, well, I was going to say it should work. Yeah, it feels like it thinks these are still voids right here. What happens if I add a wall? Will it fix everything? Yeah. So it just needed to recalculate. So we've got some recalculation errors there. I'm going to hit Control S one more time. Whoops, I just did Control S. That should save it. File name is null. Oh, hold on. Yeah, catching up with the bugs here. There's a bug it just occurred to me. Load data, get data from file. Load. File name. Hold on. I need to find somewhere in here we're setting the file name of the map. All right, let's look for something else. Let's look for save. Let's try that. Here's my problem. This is the map file name went to null because of this line of code here. Get map save file name returns null if I cancel. But if I cancel, I don't want to take an existing file that's got a good file name and change it. So I want to change this code right here. Introduce a local here for this. Not letting me introduce a local for that. Huh. Okay. Well, let's just do manually then. Oh, because I wasn't quite at a break. I wasn't quite debugging here. All right, hold on. Now I better let me do it. Introduce a local. And we're going to call it that. Find exactly what it suggested. Oh, sorry. Right there. Actually, the problem isn't here. It's close to here. Let's go back and inline that temp. Let's look at the next call to get map save file name. It's going to be in save as is my problem. Here it is right here. Oh, but look at this. How did map file name get to be null? It's not where I thought it was. Oh, I know what it is. It's because we're ignoring it when we write it all out. So that means when we load it, we need to restore it. All right. Whoops. Let's go figure that out. So here we want to say map.filename equals file name, like that. All right. That should be better. All right, let's continue. Let's run it. Oh, we got that problem here. We need just some protection code in here. I think it's going to look like this. All right, let's do a save as here. Let's give it the name plus map again. I think we're still going to have the same problem as we load it. Control open. Let's go load the plus map right back up. Does it look worse? Yeah, it does. So why are we losing those? Why are we losing those? Is an interesting question. So the problem is we're saving. I think my theory is the problem is we're saving bad data out. So when we come in here and we fill this, it's not recalculating it as a room, right? We've discovered that, right? If I come in here and do that, and I double click here, it still thinks this is the room. So I think we have to solve that problem. So we have good data we're saving. Let's see if we can figure that out. Somewhere in here, I've got something that calculates find all rooms, I think is what it is. All rooms. Get rooms and corridors. So this is interesting. Let's see if this is ever called. It is. Okay. So 0, 0, 0, 1. And now we're at row 2 on the left. So now we've got a room. I think the problem might be in reconstitution of the parent property here. Let's see what happens here. Hold on, the parent. So parent GUID is there. They might have different parent GUIDs. Okay. The problem is the parenting. I think when we put the tile down, the problem is we're setting the parent to a different parent, is what I think we're doing. I think what we need to do, so my theory on this, let's jump out a bit. My theory is when we first clear things, we have to go to all the tiles and set their parent properties to null, as well as their parent GUIDs to null. That's what I think my problem is. Clear all spaces. This is where I would assume...
Where are you? We need your help.
Genisky 7.
I have.
Genisky 7 comes in with door child and door parent. Yeah, here's my problem. So I do set parent to null. Oh, look at that! Jetson's out there! Right up there! There's a lot of clouds. Whew. Hey Jetson, welcome. I see that fanfare and I can raise you this! There you go. Nice. Here's my problem. I think this is the fix. The fix is I'm going to go in here in my setter, and I think I'm going to come in and say, hey, look, if value, look, I think I have a visitor here. Do you need a wallet? Is that what you're here for?
Yeah, I'm here for your wallet.
You want money?
I want money.
This is the aforementioned money we said before. I think that should be it right there. There you go. You're witnessing nothing, kids. Nothing happened here. There's no drug deal going on over here. Look, I can reach my hands all the way behind my back and up over my shoulders. Jetsam says, hi, Mrs. Mark.
What? What?
Genescu7 says, most positive there. That's Jetsam.
Oh, God, no.
Yep.
No.
Yep, that's Jetsam. Genescu7 is out as well.
Yeah, sometimes we get mail addressed to Mrs. Mark Miller.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, you know what I do with that? I crumple it up, that piece of mail, and I put it into your food slowly.
Really? Because I've seen you out in the wood chipper with a big stack of mail. Just putting it out. Why do we have a wood chipper? I don't understand that. Makes me nervous. Rory Becker says, more like Mr. Karen.
Yeah, thank you, Rory Becker.
Wait, did
Rory Becker's my favorite.
Did he call you Mr. Karen? That was really not a good
weird,
move,
right?
Rory.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Bye. Anyway. All right.
Anyway, me.
There we go. So I'm going to say if value is equal to null. Whoops. If value is equal to null, then I want to say my parent GUID is also equal to null. The fingers are not quite lined up here on the keys, it looks like. And that's what I think. I think that's the fix. That's my theory. I'm just going to run it. What's my problem with the edit? Oh, sorry. Is equal to GUID.empty. How about that? Uh-oh. Oh, no. No, please. I'm trying to do a show. Pudding. Come on, Pudding. I'm trying to do a show here. This is a professional show. Pudding says, it's my show right now. Yeah. Map region got some pudding. It did. So I think this is going to solve the problem, because I think what's happening is we're setting parent to null, but then as we're going in and we're trying to figure out the rooms, it says, well, I've got a parent GUID. I can go use that and reconstitute that. So I think that's going to solve this. That's my hunch. And I think, but I need to kind of I need to drop a new tile out here somewhere. I don't know. Okay, will it work if I put one in the middle? And I don't know. Let's do a wall and clear the wall. And I don't know. Let's make both of these like this color right here. So it's kind of interesting. I'm going to hit Control S to save. Then I'm going to hit Control O. And I'm going to open up the lava small just to clear it. And now the plus map. Do we got anything better? Nothing is better. Why is that? Well, let me see if I double click. The double click works. So we actually are better. The double click will come in and select the whole region now. So that is, we fixed that part of it. Now what happens if I do this? I'm going to save one more time at the risk of, like, you know, whatever being a little crazy. Control O. Open up my lava small. Control O. Open up my plus map. Am I going to get those? Nope. Why wall break to draw? Right here. Yeah, that's a good, because it's breaking because it thinks there's voids on either sides. And so the logic here, if we fill these in with a tile surface, like if I double click here and I say, let's fill like this, and then it's still not fixed because it hasn't redrawn the walls. But if I just add a wall somewhere, then it'll fix all of the walls, at least in the inside areas right here. Let me save that. And why aren't, I don't understand why the tiles aren't saving, because the tiles were saving in other cases. Got to look at that bug. Let's Control O, lava small, Control O, plus map, and I think we're going to see the same problem with the drawing of the breaking. These are not drawing correctly because it doesn't get the tiles. If we fix the tiles, that will work. Why aren't the tiles saving what their fill color is my question now. How does a tile know its color? I think it's just the file name is the name of its texture. Now let's collapse all this up by opening up, look for tile here and see what we've got here. In properties, base texture name, image, file name. So those two are serialized. Apply flooring changes those. So what is going on? Let's set a breakpoint here. Make sure we hit this when we apply the flooring. So double click in here. Let's apply some flooring. And we're now changing it to Dirt 6. Okay. So that's happening all over the place with all of the tiles. That's not really assigned anywhere else in the code. This is the only place we're using this. Add tiles from map. And the base texture name is showing up the same as well. All right, let's go to our save. All right, let's run it until we get to the save. So I'm going to hit, let's add another wall down here. Now let's Control S to save. All right, we're inside map right now. So somewhere in, let's go into the watch window. This dot tiles. So what is it about here that we get our first tile? Is floor is true. Rocks black. That's the top one, the quarter at the top. Let's get down in here. True. Dirt 6, it's got the right one. And the base image, base texture name is also Dirt 6. How do I correctly close a socket? I do not know that, Pudding. I'm not the socket guy. I'm going to make a big sad face. I do not know. If anybody else out there can help Pudding with how to correctly close a socket. Cries in dessert. Okay. So what's going on with the image and texture file name? Why those should be totally serialized. We see them here. Okay, I guess we'll run it. Now let's hit Control O to open it. Let's look at the plus map. Let's open this in code. The mysteries. Rocks black. So rocks black is that quarter at the top. Oh, look at this. The data indeed just says lava fire in it. Do we have any dirts in here? No results. Hold on. Rory Becker's got you covered, Pudding. Thanks, Rory. Okay, I think we got multiple instances of the classes is what I think we've got. apply flooring. Let's go back to apply flooring. Set a breakpoint there. We're still running. I'm going to cancel. Double click here. Apply the flooring. Let's figure this out. Hold on. Yeah, so we did this add floor tile. The tile is in the selection. That's the get the map selection. This we concluded worked. There it is right there, dirt and dirt showing up. Okay. By the way, that's CodeRush's debug visualizer inside of Visual Studio. Right side today. Well, maybe. Don't count your puddings before you follow the link. All right, let's go back to save. I like this, by the way. I just hit the key, jump to symbol, and it says, here's my recent items right here. So, although I think I want to report a CodeRush issue here. Look at that. Cores 1 is coming in with some assistance there. Thanks for that assist, Cores 1. I just want to report a CodeRush issue here. Here we go. Issue start. All right, kids. I just hit the jump to symbol button, and I'm seeing 2 instances of save inside of the same class listed in my recent items. There's one there, and there's one down here. So we want to clear that out. We don't want to have the same one twice because it's, noisy. So let's see if I can duplicate that one more time. Hit the jump to symbol button, and there you can see them right there. Let me bring the cursor up here. Jump to symbol. Oh, it looks because I was on the word remove. Hold on. Jump to symbol. There we go. Save here and save down here. The other thing, while I'm here, I want to talk about a feature request. Previous version of CodeRush allowed me to peek by just holding down the control key and releasing it. And I want that feature here. If I hold the control key down, I want to jump to that location, and maybe we can also dim down our UI about 50%, and when I release it, I want to jump back to where I was. So that allows me to come down and peek at this location by holding the control key, releasing. Oh shoot, this is why we can't do that. Hold on. What if we did a difference between the tap and a hold? In other words, if I tap and release within a short period of time, it gives me these options. But if I hold, it peaks, and then releasing will then, instead of showing the options, will then bring me back. Let's discuss. That's what I want to do. All right, let me close up that issue. I don't know. And we are going to say no logs. Remove duplicate entries from jump to symbol. From jump to symbol recents. All right, cool. That's why we do the show. That command I just typed into the chat room is going to mark the end of the issue, and devs are going to go watch the show at that point and look at the problem and fix it. So, all right, so here we are. Let's see. I wanted, where was I? I wanted to jump to the save is where I wanted to go. And down here is actually where I wanted to be, I think. I wanted to just, let's keep running, get all the way down. Control S to save. And now in map, I want to go in here. And do we still have the good data? The data is still good. Why isn't it serializing it? Oh wait, tiles are not serialized. Hold on. Prepare for serialization. Needs good. Add flyweight. this is going to come back false for a file that we've opened up. And I think, do we already have the flyweights out there? Because here's the thing, we are not, here, let's jump in one more time. Pretty sure we're not serializing these. Yeah, we're ignoring those tiles. So even though those tiles have the right data, it does not matter. The problem is we've got all these flyweights with data that needs to be updated. I think that's the problem. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to where we were just in. If needs good, there, add flyweight. I think what we want is an else here that says update flyweight. Is what I think we need. And we want to pass in tile. After we call, prepare for serialization. Yeah, add flyweight is going to have an actual reference to it. Wait. I don't think the problem is here, actually. Maybe we find the remarks here helpful. Oh, Cores 1 also helping. Or continuing to help. Excellent. Thanks. Yeah, I think the problem is this. If we go to our flyweights... Here, let's do this. The flyweights, we are serializing these, right? Wait. I think we need it. I think the fix is a JSON ignore on flyweights, maybe. Because we shouldn't really stream the flyweights back in. Right? Somewhere there's a list of tiles we are serializing, but I don't think it's the flyweights. Or is it? Hold on. I think we are using this. Reconstituted flyweights is here. The reconstituted flyweights, we are not... hey, baby.
Hi. Somebody took my extension cord, and now the worker's needed. Do you know where my extension cord is?
Yes. I think it's right over there. I think it's right somewhere over there. I think I moved it and put it to get it out of the room it was in. Do you see it there? Okay, there's a blue one also that I'm pretty sure I'm not using that is to your left, that is to your right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can pull that one through. I thought for sure it's in here, Karen, but okay, there you go. Take it. You're free to go. Okay. She's got it. Everything appears to be real on our show. I love putting that you're getting assistance here while I'm trying to immerse myself in the code. All right. I think this is my problem. When I create a new one and I save it, everything is cool. But when I open it, it's not. And the reason why is because we save and persist the flyweights. The flyweights are not updated. And I think at some point we either need to clear this just before serialization. Hold on. Yeah. I think the fix is to delete the just to clear the flyweights here and prepare for serialization. So let's do that. Let's where's my app? Here it is. Oh, it looks like I wasn't running. Okay. So let's Control O to open. Going to open up our plus map. That's going to have the wrong look in it. Double click on the room. Should select everything here. There, good. Set the tile. Good. Now hit Control S to save. And now here we're going to say flyweights.clear. And I think that's going to solve it. And that was our save we just did. Let's hit Control O. We'll open up the... Notice it's still bad because we opened it with bad data. Let's open up our lava small again. Now let's hit Control O to open up our plus. I think this is going to solve it. Yes or no? I'm going to say no. Add tile. So our clear, our plus small has no flyweights in it. All right, let's add some defensive code here to get out of this. Just see what it looks like when we open it up. I feel like we're close though. Oh, it's a nightmare here, isn't it? Yeah, we lost everything. Double click. Do I get the room back at least? Nope. Okay. I want to go back to my save. And I want to look at that closely. Actually, I think it's prepared for serialization. This spot right here. We need to clear all the goods too. And just go straight to add flyweight, I think. Flat out. That's kind of where I think we are now. All right, so let's manually, can I even select? I can't even select on this. Bad data. All right, Control O to open. Going to build the same thing here. All right, so double click here. Huh. Thought we fixed this, but I guess we didn't fix it live. Let's save as. Call it Lava Plus. Okay. I think this is the fix. And I think this and this is what I think is going to be the fix. We'll see. If it's not, then we'll go deeper. All right, here we go. There's the run. Okay, Control O to open. Lava small. There, Control O to open. Lava plus. There we go. All right, that was the fix, it looks like. Let's double click. Huh, we did not get these determined as a room here. Do I have to select the whole thing and do it? That doesn't make sense to me. Double click. Yeah. Looks like we lost something about figuring out our room, so we need to figure that part out. Let's make it all the ocean here. Let's save it. Clear that breakpoint, run it. And Control O. Bubble small. Control O. Bubble plus. All right. Got to figure out this part. Why is it when I do something like that? Let's go find our apply flooring. Nice pudding. Nice. All right, I'm just going to see what's going on with need to calculate rooms and corridors, see if that's being set. All right, let's change it. It says false here. We get right out here. Interesting. So I'm changing this. We are just totally... Here's where I really want to be, there and there. Yeah, we're getting right on out of there. Which kind of, I think, makes sense. If I drop a wall down, what happens if I do that? We don't get called there at all. Update if needed doesn't get called. If I come in here and I say drop that. Now we've got a floor type changed, okay. And now we've got get all rooms and corridors. Let's just run it. Double click because of the wall there. But if we come in and delete that wall and add the wall there and there. Oh, wait, I think I know the problem. Double click. Adding the wall doesn't change the this setting right here. So we need to set that whenever we change the wall. Do I got anything over here with the word wall in it? Looks like I do. On wall's changed. Hold on one second. Here I need to say, I need it. All right, so let's put a wall in. Set that equal to true. By the way, if you have this on the clipboard, you have a variable in the clipboard you want to set to true, you just type in ST like that, and it'll paste it in for you. SF will set it to false. All right, so there's that. Wall change count is there. Now, I think I need something here. Let's drop a marker here to come back in a second. I want to see update if needed. I want to call update if needed. And let's run it. Okay, now double click, and now it gets the whole room. Cool. So now if I come down in here and I say I want to make that a particular tile, it says I need to update, but because the walls are the same, nothing's happening. But now if I come in here like this and I remove these two and I add this one and this one, and now I double click, it should now see the whole room. And now if I see the whole room, that means I can change all the flooring, and that also means I should be able to save it, Control Shift S, and I'll call this the S map, like this. Then hit Control O, bring up my lava small, Control O, bring up my S map. Good, and now if I double click, and it gets the whole room. Okay, good, good, good. Course 1, with some good advice on try catch. Okay. Next, I want to save the stamps out. So I want to be able to drop stamps down here onto the map like this. This is something we've been working on for a while. And I want to save them out. So when I hit Control S to save, they save. That's not working right now because, including, by the way, all of the color changes and that sort of thing. So whatever I'm doing in here to modify them, I want these settings as well. Flipping, rotation, resizing, all of that. So if I come in here and say, okay, here's my table, and I resize it, maybe rotate it, pop it over here. I want all of that. I want all of this saved, and it's not. The reason it's not is because that data is actually kind of stored in the wrong place. I'll keep it running and show you where it's stored. I've got in here something called a stamps layer. And the stamps layer is like, I've got a to-do need to move this. The stamps layer is a descendant of layer. And if you look at the code for it, there's not much here. Just adding it to all layers. And then whenever we make any kind of change to it, we just call begin update and end update. The stamp layer has all of the stamps in it. The problem is that's really should be part of the map. That's the problem. So every time, by the way, we've got workers right outside working on our house. I'm in the new house, by the way, got the new studio here. Check out the lighting, kids. Do you have any idea how hard it is to light a bald head so there's no glare from the light? Look at that. Not bad. Last night my wife was like, I can show you how to put makeup on if you want. I'm like, oh boy, do I really have to do that to reduce glare? Not bad though. It's not bad. Also, only using 1, 2, 3 lights to get this set up. And I'm using, you know, if anybody out there, bald bearded builders out there, we can, I can help you with that. Oh, look at this. Rory's calling.
Hello.
Rory.
Mark.
Oh,
how
no.
are you, my friend?
I'm good, but look at this. You're catching up on the stream.
High speed Miller.
Yeah, Rory's watching the whole show at high speed here. All right, so let me go through my steps I got to do to change that. I think I come in, if I recall correctly, I switch to my USB and then maybe one more time. Yeah,
I see you.
Yeah, you see me. Hold on a
I
sec.
see you in real time.
Yeah, isn't that cool? You're seeing parts of the new studio.
I can see
here.
your awesome lighting that you were just talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's go back to see if it's still catching up or not. It's catching up. Oh, wait, but I think if I close it, it suddenly goes real time. No. Hold on. Let me try one more thing. I'm going to go into NDI, and I'm going to say none for a second. I'm worried for a second this is going to not work really well. Nope, that didn't do it. That didn't do it. Rory, you're just going to have to bear with me.
That's fine.
I
I have you on the stream anyway, so there's only a small delay on that.
We got a no such host is known in check viewers. Interesting. run that. That's in our main overlays. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to watch the whole show. Sorry about that, buddy. In high speed. Rory's catching up with. He's actually not far away from
Very
where we are.
entertaining. It's good.
Yeah, this is what the show would be like if I could speak faster and move the mouse faster. That's what it looks like. Rory's seeing something along those lines there. That's what he's saying. Okay. So we got stamps in the wrong place is the problem. I want to see how selected stamps are gathered. So we're working on, Rory, if you just joined us, Rory.
On and off, but yeah, more or less
Yeah.
for the purposes of this.
What's awesome, Jeniscu7 just came in. Oh, there's Karen. She's
Yep.
showing up. Hi, Karen. Oh, look, it's just froze.
All the pudding.
Oh, it froze because I...
That's still going for me.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it stopped freezing. All right, almost there. You're catching up. Look at it. Isn't it exciting? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes this happens and there's just like no way to solve it that I know of. How you doing, baby?
You look like a Muppet.
I look like oh, because I'm moving so fast?
I don't know. It looks
Here,
crazy.
why don't you come up and say hi to everybody? Say hi to
Hi,
Rory.
everybody. Hi, Rory. Rory's my
Hey,
favorite.
Karen.
You know why?
He says hi, Karen.
Because he doesn't call me Mrs. Mark.
Yeah, I don't call you Mrs. Mark.
You better not.
I call you Mrs. Miller. Am I right, kids? How
Hand that man a bigger shovel.
about a bigger shovel? Rory says, I think he means I need to dig myself out of a hole.
I need you to Cyrano de Bergerac this guy all the time. I need this in here all the time. And when he says stupid things, I want Rory to say, stop! Stop
Do you know,
now!
my 11-year
No.
my 11-year-old daughter will often say things like, "Do not shh, don't say anything," like that. Who would ever
How
call her
often do you-
Mrs. Mark?
clever.
How
though,
often do
right?
you heed that advice?
Jetsam says that would be a dumb move.
Thank you.
Ted Pudding says, "Oh my God, hello, sex positive." See, look at that. Everybody loves you here,
Hello.
baby. Yeah,
That's exactly right.
that's right. Nobody. Yeah, this is. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a book.
You know,
I'm an author.
why don't you go get your book?
Of a
Oh, yeah.
book.
I'll talk about you while you're gone.
Okay, wait. Where's my
So-
book?
What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So I was going to say this, kids. The hottie is a feminist, right? So we got. Uh-oh, she's coming back. Woo. We're in trouble.
What?
Look at that. She's got a book.
What?
Look at that. It's not
Karen
bad.
Mangicotti, author?
Wait, let me see. Not for resale. Oh, too bad.
Not yet, kids.
Not yet, kids.
We'll
Almost
let
there.
you know.
We can't bring it closer because this camera's got fixed focal depth right here, and you are in it back here. We bring it closer, it'll go blurry.
But
It also flips
here,
left to
suffice
right.
to say.
Oh, it's backwards, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There.
Hold on. No, I think I can fix it, but everything's going to go crazy. Hold on a second. Let me fix it for a second. Where's my... Oh, I know where it is. Transform. Flip horizontal. Boom. Show it now, Karen.
Hey,
Show
there
it.
we
There you go. That's what it
go.
looks
Close
like.
to the bow.
And look at that name at the bottom. That looks like that's really you. Look at that. It's a fun picture.
Miller did the picture. This is all Mark Miller. Very cool.
But the inside's all Karen Mangicotti.
Miller would have fit more nicely here.
Well, I think it's nice. I think it's nice. It gives a nice aspect ratio. Yeah, she wrote the book. That's
I mean, that's no small book either. That's a clear load of
Right.
effort when it's making that.
Roy says it's not any small book either.
It's not
Clear
any
effort.
Small book,
Yeah.
Rory, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's a book you could beat somebody with. Overkill Publications. Ask Jetsam. Hey.
That's
You
probably
said.
giving people that idea.
Yeah, it's overkill. It's totally overkill. It looks great though.
By the way, yesterday, Monday, the workers were sanding quietly. Today, they're sawing and hammering. So we'll see how well that works. Laser-eyed Peacock Publications. Yeah.
I'm sure we can't hear the workers over the sound of the
I'm
music
gonna go
anyway.
outside.
Okay, we'll see. All right.
What do you mean we'll see?
Rory says, I'm sure we can't hear the sound of the music hear the workers over the sound of music anyway. That's what he
Okay.
says. So maybe that might be true.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh man!
You okay?
Oh,
Did you get hurt?
yes! I just got impaled by your power source.
Also, this picture is kind of funny in the back right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's her with the coffee press right
I
there.
drink a lot of French press coffee.
All right. I got to go back and re-mirror my thing. So when I point, this direction, it actually points the same way. So give me 1 second to do that. Transform, flip horizontal. There it is. Now everything's good. I point to the right, and you see it to the right. Point to the left, goes to the left. So selected stamps is part of the problem. I wanted to see how we're adding stamps to it. So selected stamps we're storing here, which I'm okay with that. I don't think we need to store the selection. Yeah, this is what happens when we group. So we take the selected stamps, we remove them from the stamps layer. All right, so you can see we're doing a lot of calls with the stamps layer here. In preparation for the work today, I actually went into the stamps layer and I said, let's extract some stuff and create an iStamps manager. And I went out and I took essentially all the things I needed to manipulate stamps, adding a range of stamps, getting a stamp at a particular point, inserting a stamp, insert the stamps, a bunch of stamps. So inserting one, inserting many. I just realized the inconsistency here with I and start index. This should be renamed to start index. Remove all stamps, remove an individual stamp, and sort the stamps by Z order. So those are the things that we need to do. Really though, my stamps layer, there's a couple ways to fix this. Oh yeah, you can hear that hammering, guys. Is that annoying, Rory?
I was just assuming it was part of a drum beat meant to accompany the music.
Wait, are you saying you don't like this music, Rory? You know what I'm going to do, buddy? I'm going to change it. What do we? I don't know what we're playing, but we're going to switch it to techno, buddy. There you go. Because everybody loves techno. But,
I love most of the music coming through. It's not a bad selection at all.
all right. I don't know how this is called techno, but all right. Okay, so one way to fix it is to have the map also implement iSteps Manager, give the stamps layer a reference to the map, and just and everything in here just gets pushed over to the map instead. Also, this list needs to go into the map instead. So we can do that. But I don't know. It's kind of hard because stamps layer also has explicit knowledge about layering images, which the map needs to know nothing about because it descends from layer, right? So I'm kind of thinking, like right here, we've got this called a blend stamp image, which I'm pretty sure is not in what we were just looking at, the iStamp Manager. Here it is right here. Let's look. Do we have a blend in there? We do not.
Remember that.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're talking about. So that's one way of solving it. And to be honest, right now, the second way I can't think of because I don't know, my brain is a little bit tired. But trust me, I'm sure there's a second way of doing it. But I think that's what I'm going to do. It's like I remember when I was envisioning this and I was thinking about this, I was like, oh, it's not good either way. It's like either way, I've got kind of like, this chaining of, from one, I call one class and that just simply calls out to another. But part of the reason why I have that initially is because I don't want to change a whole bunch of code. I don't want to change a whole bunch of code here. Like I don't want to change this to the word maps because I do need begin update on the stamps layer. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I have to kill the app right now. And we're going to move forward on this path here where we're going to give it, we're going to do two things. We're going to start moving, where's my stamp layer? There it is right there. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking this and I'm going to move it out. It's my first step. I'm going to go over to map, pop it in, and I'm going to go into map and it's going to implement also what is it? Stamp Manager. I don't have an iStamps Manager. Is that because iStamp Manager is in the wrong assembly? I'm going to say it is. This needs to be dragged down into my map core right down there. So let's drag it down. What? No. There's my map core. Hold down the shift key to move it. Okay. Uh-oh, I stamp. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Danger. Where's the I stamp? Where's the I stamp? Oh, it's here. Okay, we need to move this too. Please work. Oh no, it's got a canvas. Ah. Hold on. And it's got an image. Oh, and a stamp layer reference. Oh. It's got some things we need and some things we don't want. Okay, hold on. All right, let's go look at iStamps Manager. Map can't implement this. Okay, fine. I have a different idea then. I don't think I'm going to undo that drag in the rename, so I'm going to just drag it back up. Move it back up in here. iStamps Manager. Let's get back to D&D Maps Spike. All right, that should fix everything. Let's build. And by fix everything, I mean make it get it back to where we were. Uh-oh. Okay, this, I gotta get rid of this. And this was just incomplete work right there. Go back to stamps layer. It's gonna require a little more thought to solve this. I think, by the way, Rory, I never checked in with you. While I'm thinking about it, how was your last week and weekend?
I was going to say, it's been a little while since we've spoken, isn't it? How did your trip to, was it Interdev?
Yeah, it was Vegas. I was not speaking at anything. I was,
No?
I will be, I'm coming up, I'm speaking in Austin at VS Live.
Okay.
And then right after that, going to Orlando to speak at Dev Intersection. And we're also going to be recording a reunion episode of Mondays there live in front of a studio
awesome.
audience. So yeah, not bad. Yeah. Okay.
That is not a family show.
Wait, what's not a family show?
Mondays.
Oh, right. Mondays is not a family show. All right. So here's the problem. We need to store stamps. And I stamp problematically. Well, what's its properties? It's got an image property. Yeah, I almost think. Here's my proposal.
Okay.
We take everything here except for image, and we put it inside another class called iStamp data. We extract that. Will Coder allow us to extract the image? I mean, extract a interface. It doesn't look like it'll do it from here, but we can just cut that to the clipboard. Not too bad.
I think you can do that when the source data is in a class, not so much when it's already in
right.
an interface.
Yeah, so we're going to call this iStamp properties.
Yep.
Like that. iStamp is going to implement that.
Yep.
Like that. I'm going to take that out. And
is that supposed to be more of a colon then?
Thank you. All right, now I'm going to go over down into core. Just go into an existing class, paste it.
So now we can reason about the two sets of data together or separately, depending on our needs.
Yeah, and now I'm going to come in here, move type to file. Looks like I got stamp rotation needs to move down. I'm going to get rid of image. It's only got a getter on it anyway. Also, height's got a getter. Anything with only a getter on it, I'm going to take and move it back.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go back into to tab next reference here. Really? Wait, why can't I get... Oh, I bet I can't get to it because it needs a reference to D&D core. I mean map core, sorry. Like that. Okay. All right. I need to put those back in here. Okay. And then map what was it called? The stamp rotation. Select that shortcut here. Hit the jump to symbol key, which is the num enter key for me. And then just hit enter to jump right to it. All right, we need to take stamp rotation, move it down. Just to be honest, Rory, I have no idea where I'm going with this. I'm like, you know, good.
Well, the difficulty before is that you wanted things to implement, was it iStamp Manager? And those things didn't all necessarily want to have all of the bits that were associated with that. So what you're doing is you're breaking down an iStamp into two different halves, so that you can have the things that are pure data, the things that are reasonably transferable, and maybe less of the methods and the doing things, but they'll be applicable to an iStamp.
Yeah. Hold on. iStamp properties is here. Stamp rotation. Did I bring it down? There it is right there. That's what I need to change this. That's what I was looking to do. Yeah, no, I think it's pretty clear that...
Bart doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, that might be true. All right, so but I'm kind of sculpting code here, kids. I'm doing this based on a hunch. My hunch is, look, if we can separate the data out that we can easily serialize out into one instance, then we can that'll help us for serialization. That's the idea. And we can have a whole bunch of these stamp properties inside of map, and map can have references to them here. So I think I also need, speaking of you doing this based on a hunch, I think I need to create a class that implements this data right here, is what I think I need to do. And then have stamp descend from it. Okay, base stamp actually is here. Hold on. Base stamp is here. What's going on here? It's only complaining about rotation?
Does iStamp correctly inherit from iStamp properties at the moment, or did we have some syntax issues going on there?
Looks like it does.
No, that seems to have cleared up. Okay, yeah.
Well, in fact, that's why it's complaining of the problem. It says stamp doesn't implement rotation. Matching return type of stamp rotation. I think the problem is in, let's look at stamp rotation. I think the problem is, yeah, it doesn't know this. And it doesn't know that because it's not using map core, which is where stamp rotation has been moved to. I think that solves it. There you go.
Right.
Okay. So base stamp is really where I want to put all of those. Are they already there? Look at this. Do I have all of these here or no? Not all of them. Okay. So I want to have base stamp implement iStamp properties. Come on. All right, what are we missing here? All right, this is really what I want to do. I'm not sure how. What's the fastest way to get all that code, move it down. Let's look at contrast. Okay, here's how we do it. We look at everything that, now that we've done that, we look at everything that is has got the green squiggly underline. All right, I'm going to mark this for, I'm going to use a CodeRush feature called multi-select. So I'm going to hit Control-Alt, return or Control Alt Enter. And that's going to mark that region right there. I'm going to grab everything I want to take with me. I'm going to mark it. Control Alt Enter, like that. File name, select that. Control Alt Enter. Just looking down for those green squiggly lines here. Scale and its backing store. Control Alt Enter. Hue shift, saturation, lightness, contrast. Just look at those green squiggly underlines. Control Alt Enter. All right, and anything else?
So this is an interesting exercise because normally your selection has a single place of start and a single place of stop, like beginning and end. What you're doing here is defining multiple regions of begin and end, like a complicated cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And then you're going to either cut or copy that to a new location and it will all arrive together.
Yeah, I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to hit cut. It looks like I got everything. So I'm going to hit cut. And now everything should be taken out. Notice although for a second there we had green squiggly underlines in there. Those pieces are all taken out. Now I'm going to go over to the base stamp and I'm going to select all of this that we don't want anymore. And I'm going to hit paste. And then I'm going to build. It looks like image is null. It looks like we need a reset image implementer is what I think we need here. Yeah, image, we got a bunch of that. Stamp rotation cannot be found. That's in stamp group. That needs a reference to map core. The image resetting, we're going to have to figure that out. It looks like contrast. I guess we got to make these virtual. Okay. All of those pieces we just added over to base stamp, we got to make them virtual. So I'm just hitting the letter V here on these for now. Rotation, I think we need this virtual. File name doesn't change. Scale's got to be virtual, I think. Q shift virtual. Still, I'm just using my gut instinct on this in terms of doing this. Okay. And then I think we need a reset image method in here too. Like that. Maybe abstract. Okay. So next I want to do a search and replace for that and replace it with this. Replace all. Okay, there's my reset image. Then I want to go over into my stamp group and I want to override these kids here. Like that. So file name, file name, actually I do want to make it virtual. Okay. Stamp group. Are we going to have a problem with groups? Serializing groups, Rory? I think we might. We need an implementation of, just looking for any more of those. We need an implementation of reset image. That's what we need. So inside stamp, we need a reset image. What's my problem here? I thought it was abstract.
No, apparently not.
Okay. Okay, so there's my reset image there. And in fairness, I think I need one out here. And I want to basically oh, it's getting tricky. Wait, in stamps. And then I want to say stamp dot reset image. Why isn't reset image there? It's not.
Should have one, surely. Oh,
Yeah.
it's implementing iStamp properties, not iStamp. Oh, maybe.
I think I just put it up here.
Okay.
Like that, I think. Okay. It's getting challenging. It's challenging because, so I'm sculpting in one, and then all of a sudden I realize, oh geez, groups. The groups have got to be done correctly as well.
Yep. Got quite a few interconnected pieces here. When one
Yeah.
changes, the others have to change in similar ways.
Yeah. So I think the stamp group has to be of iStamp properties.
Okay.
Now what trouble are we going to get into with that? Does it build? Let's see what our errors are and go after our errors.
I thought everything that used to be in iStamp would now be in iStamp. Oh no, because it's stamp properties. It is the smaller set.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and throw contains point in there because everything that is, let's throw contains point in there. I think actually we can anything that doesn't have a higher level reference. The problem is that iStamp has this image property and it's got a canvas. It's got stuff that is WPF centric. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that down there. But I guess actually, in fairness, like all of these all of the rest of these, I can move these up.
The methods can go up. Anything that manipulates can
Yeah,
go up.
and
Because
actually-
really what you want is to capture the essence of the result of
Yeah.
any of those operations.
Yeah. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to take everything that is. I'm going to use multi-select again, like that, and everything that is a movable kind of thing, I'll put it down there. And I just want to see what. So I'm going to take that, cut it, and go into iStamp properties, and we'll paste it down here. And now let's build and see what our errors are. Oops, point. Well, how are we going to solve that? I can turn it to an X and Y. Let's go back out to stamp. Let's go see what's going on with this. Who's calling contains point? All right, let's try this. Let's try decompose parameter on this. Should give us an X and a Y. Nice. Nice code rush refactoring there. Changes the interface, right? And so now I can take contains point. If I just tapped an X reference on it, there you can see what's happening. It's only, oops, didn't change this code. Uh-oh. That's a bug we need to, is that, wait, is it a bug? Stamps.any X. I think this is a bug. That's going to be a bug. Okay, hold on a second. I need to undo. There we go. So I had to undo a couple times to hit undo, I think about 3 times to get back to where we were. Now is this working? No, still not. Did it undo everything? Why is that not working? Oh, it may not have been a bug, Roy, because this might have already been a bug that it didn't. Yeah. This is stamps.any, and we changed stamps to be of type istamp properties.
That's right, we did.
Okay, so let's change it back to istamp, and then we're going to just repeat this whole thing with contains point again. Yeah, it is. It was not a bug. Good. I like that. So we're going to go to back over here, contains point, and now I'm going to come in. Sorry, Ray, were you going to say something?
No, agreed. Agreed.
So come in here, decompose parameter one more time, and now we should see that it changes. If we go through and tap the next reference, we should find one more, which is in that any call. There it is. So it got it right there. Although, look at this. We do have
That's an interesting bug.
a bug. Wow. Okay, well, let's report that. So undo, undo, undo. And I think I got to do one more. There it is right there. Okay. So hold on. All right, here we go. Let's report that bug. It's a good bug. Edge case, but, you know.
Yeah.
Here comes the issue. Fred, is the stamp good? Fred, where are you? Fred's doing something. I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing, Fred? Fred. No idea. Okay. All right.
Someone took his stool away. He's like, a little shorter than usual.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. I would appreciate it, Fred, if you, kind of came back. All right, Fred's back.
Get up off the floor, Fred. There we go.
You good, Fred? Fred, who's number one? I don't know. Someone's number one? All right. Fred's having stage fright. Yeah. Fred, come back. Okay, so let's record that bug. Let's do that. Did I start the issue? I did. All right, kids. So, Debs, here's the issue. I want to use decompose parameter. Here's my on contains point. Hit the tab key. Notice here, call. Notice here, call. Here's another call. Okay, here's the here's an implementation of it. Okay, everything's good except notice point contains an X and a Y. Okay, and look at this variable I'm using here, X. So watch what happens. I come in here and I'm going to say decompose parameter. Got my X and Y's here. Everything appears good. I hit enter, I'm good. I hit escape to get back. Notice it didn't, so minor bug here. It should have dropped a marker for me to get me back to where I was. It did not do that. So I have to instead use tab to next reference. So fix that so it drops a marker. Tab to next reference, good, good, good. But look at this. right here. The variable x coming in now is conflicting with this x right here. The fix is, I think we got to make this x1 and this x1 if there's a conflict. So edge case bug, and this becomes x1 there. That's the fix, I think. Okay, kids, let me mark the end of that bug. Here we go. That's a bug. And the bug is decompose parameter namespace collision. I think that's a good bug name. And I don't need to send the logs out for that. There we go, kids. Did I do that right? Yeah, I think I did that right. No, CR issued. Was I supposed to do a, hold on. I think I did not close that correctly. I did not. I forgot the exclamation mark at the beginning. All right, there we go. That ends it. Okay. So with that fixed, now I can come in here. Let's go rename this, call it S, I guess, and rename this to X again.
Yep. And now we're back on track.
Now we're back on track. Okay. That was a little bit of a, like what? And now let's figure out where we were.
So we were moving things around in order to separate things in iStamp and things in iStamp properties. The idea being that the structural side of it will be in iStamp properties, and thus make for a slightly easier serialization later on. But in the meantime, we have to get our compile errors under control just to make sure these things are all in the right place relative to each other.
Yeah. Okay. So I just said implement it, and I threw all this here, and I did that because I want to go over into stamp, and I want to look for these right here. And I want to go take these and do that same thing I was doing before, where I'm going to just use selection increase, Control Alt Enter, selection increase, Control Alt Enter. Oops, I missed what happened up here. Selection increase, Control Alt Enter. There we go. Doing my multi-select. Ooh, this is called do rotate left and do rotate right. Looks like I have to keep all of that. Whole bunch of stuff here. Okay, so there's move. To here. Contains point, I'm looking at you as well. Whoops, I want to Control Alt Enter. All right, got all those. And get all these. Control Alt Enter. Cut to the clipboard. Let's go over into base stamp. Let's grab all of these. Paste them. Are we implementing it? Did we get a squiggly line? Looks like we are doing it.
Good.
Okay. Wanted to look at contains. Got two scale wise. All right, there we go. Okay, width and height are coming out. Really kind of interesting problem. I've never had this. This is like a new problem for me, you know, in like almost 40 years of programming. I've never had, okay, we're going to lose get left and get top as well. Those need to get to leave from base stamp. So it's going to come out to stamp again. That means that get left, width, height, and get top need to come out of iStamp properties and go to iStamp. Right? I think it's those four I just said. And move those into iStamp. Because those all depend on image to work. See what we got now. Did I fail to do this? I set properties. I thought I got rid of.
I feel like you jumped to one of those and they vanished at the same moment. There were already 2 left a second ago.
Wait, what'd you say?
You had 6 errors. You jumped to one of them and it suddenly became a list of 2 errors.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't see that. Okay, cool. Get bottom and get right off of base stamp. So that's also going out of there. That means we need to go to stamp, get bottom and get right. And that also means iStamp properties, get bottom and get right, needs to move as well. Those are dependent on the image. All right, now let's build. Build succeeded. Okay, next, go to stamp group. Uh-oh. Let's go find these. What's going on here? Hides inherited. I think I'll make it virtual. Do the same thing with there. Okay, anything else in stamp group? Let's look at stamp group issues here. These should go away right now. Oh, override. So nice CodeRush template. OV space, get you that override fast. Okay, what else? Move. I'm going to say big fat override on this, which means I need to go find my base stamp move. Make it virtual. What else do we got over in stamp group here? Rotate left, override. Wait, what was the one I was just on? That was in rotate left and rotate right. Okay, hold on. Virtual. Virtual. All right, stamp group, override, override. Okay, you're looking for those squiggly green underlines. Okay, adjust scale. I think we need to make that override and override. We need both of these to be virtual up above. Okay, base stamp. Hold on. I want a CodeRush feature. I want a CodeRush feature. I want to make a CodeRush feature request here. Oh. We've seen this a couple times here where we get this exception, no such host is known. All right, I want a CodeRush feature. Kids, the feature is this. Notice here, it hides inherited member. Use the new keyword if hiding was intended. I want a CodeRush refactoring here that says basically override and make inherited virtual. So in one step, it takes this adjust scale here. Can I tab to next reference to get to the parent implementation? Looks like I can. So what it does is it goes to the parent and it adds virtual. And then over here, it adds override, all in one step. That's what I'm looking for. So,
nice.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what to call it, but I'm thinking it's going to be called override and make virtual, I think. What do you think about that name, Rory? What are your thoughts?
I might consider reversing that, so make virtual an override. Simply because
Yes.
the parent comes first.
I like it better. It's better. Make virtual and override. That's it. So I would do the same thing here. Make virtual and override. That's what I want to do. So let's add that to feature request. Make virtual and override. And I say do it in the next sprint. Override. Make virtual and override. No log files are needed. Go. That's your feature request, kids. Okay, so let's do that. Set absolute scale to. Come in here, type in override. I'm trying to figure out the fastest way to do this. Jump to symbol. Boom. Base stamp, make it virtual. Escape to get back. Look at that. Did that escape not get me back? Escape did not get me back there. Roy, on this last feature request that comes in, can you add a note to that email that there was an issue with escape not jumping back? I think flat out, I want to have a review of every single feature to make sure that escape is that we're dropping markers where we expect, and they're and we're coming back. Like I think decompose parameter also had the same issue. So okay. Let's see what we've got here. We were over in stamp group and we were looking, let's do a build now. Build succeeded. Okay, next I want to come in here and I want to change this to iStamp properties. And I want to see what problems we get into here. Okay, build. Contains point. We can fix that. That's an important one to move down. So we're going to go to, let's just hit the navigation key here. Go to, it's in iStamp, and I want to move this down to stamp properties. Like that. All right, build again. Wait, did we just lose the error? Okay, here we're not implementing it in base stamp. That means over here contains point. It's right there on the top of the screen. Let's cut that to the clipboard. Move that down to base stamp. Okay, that should get rid of the red squiggly underline. There it does. It goes away. Uh-oh. Oh, Rory. And we're referencing image inside too.
What's up?
We're referencing image up inside it too. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm not going to move this down. I'm going to instead make it abstract. I'm going to put it here, but make it abstract. And that's how we're going to solve this. So put it back over here. We're going to give it a big override. Ooh, do I want another related feature that makes this override? Make abstract an override? So
That would make sense.
Can you add that corollary feature request?
I can.
Thanks, buddy. You're the best. Okay, so iStamp properties. Sorry, wait. We have it here. Contains point is there. Base stamp doesn't implement it, but I think we can just make it be abstract and give it a semicolon. And then I think it's going to be happy. Sweet. Nice. Okay. Built. I think we're going to have to do the same thing for get left, get top, all of those things.
Emails are all sent.
You're the best. Okay, let's do this. What's my problem here? Stamps. Oh, right here. It's there. Am I going to have problems? Let's hope I don't. Let's hope I don't. This has got to be iStamp properties. All right, let's go take care of our get left, get top, and width and height. So back to iStamp. I think all of these essentially we need. We're going to take all those over. We are going to put them here. But then we're going to abstract them out inside of base stamp. Whoops, did I put the abstract in the wrong spot? That was me. Okay, there we go.
That's good.
All right, then that means we need to override inside of stamp when we implement height and width. We should have a, what do we got here? Hold on, base stamp. Do we have, why doesn't it implement it? I thought for sure get left and get, yeah, here they are. Oh, it's not implementing it because it's hiding it? Okay. How are we doing now? That was it. Okay. Build.
Wow. Okay.
Build failed.
We got some other stuff. Okay.
I think it's just going to be the same problem where they're hiding and we need to override them. What's going on here? Well, interesting. The screen is not refreshing. Look at that. That was weird.
Mm.
I don't think that was... Okay, we've got the problem with the image. I could do the same... Oh, no, I can't solve the problem with image. Hold on. We got to come back and fix this. I just want to point out that I'm still running this by a hunch. We still have not yet got to a point where we're even doing the essence of the work that we need to do to make this work.
Yeah, sadly there's quite a few interim steps to get there before we can judge correctness, I guess.
Am I setting this in here anywhere? I'm not. Okay, so let's escape to jump back. So I don't need these. Okay, let's build. See where we are. I like it when I can see all of my errors. You know, when it's not just like an endless list. We've got the image problem. We'll come back to that. We've got some problems here.
using. Yeah. The other ones look like they were just height and width related. Is that possibly down to us having just... did you remove a setter from something like that then?
I'm sorry, Rory, can you say that again?
Just remembering the last few errors that I saw were relating to trying to set height and width and them being read-only.
I did not look at those errors. Let's take a look at that. Hold on a second.
Sorry, I hadn't seen the one you were going for just then, so we'll get to those in time.
Oh, I did have that as a settable thing. Do I go in and change it here? Whoops, sorry, here. I think a lot of people are like, watching this would be like, wait, Mark, why are you working so hard? Why don't you just add references to WPF core down to this low-level map core? You know, why are you working so hard? And it's just because I don't want to.
There's your reason, right there.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. Let's add a setter here, I think.
I mean, the truth is that if we can achieve a situation where we don't have to, we should have ourselves a very simplistic lowest layer, and then that becomes reusable at different places. So we don't have to do this under a WPF set of circumstances.
Easier to test,
yeah.
Right? As well. Okay, I think that just fixed the problem. Well, I need to go to stamp group actually. Oh wait, I'm in stamp group. I think height and left we're near the bottom here. Here we go. Got to add the setter there and there. Okay. Okay. Built. Let's see what we got. I think we got some higher level stuff. We're kind of working our way from low level to higher level. S space here, and I think I'm going to say do nothing. Height is read only in this implementation. All right, there's height. Do the same with width. Just S space here, and Coders will figure out you want to create a setter there. All right, cool. Let's see what we got in our error list. These I'm expecting right here. These, what is this? The image one. That's the image. Hold on. All right, I think it looks like this. Or maybe we do this, actually. If is I stamp What do we think about that, Rory? So I'm basically saying, hey, look, if I'm going to see if it's all an iStamp implementer. The thing is, in reality, all will be an iStamp implementer when we build them. There's no way we're just going to create an instance of an iStamp properties piece. The whole purpose of all of this work is to decouple the map core, these core set of classes that have no dependencies on any high-level UI. Oh, look out! Oh no! Wow, it's getting crazy on this show. Whoa! Whoa, it's hot! Oh no, look out, Pyrocat! Pyrocat! Coders for Rider win. No, that might be a while, Pyrocat. Sorry, buddy. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, very flashy entrance. Yeah, that's right. Pirate Cat's always coming in under the radar, slipping in subtle. Real subtle like. I think the reason I wrote this down is no longer needed. I can take care of that. Okay. What's my error list here? Let's look at that. I'm just hit the build button again.
It's definitely getting smaller, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think we're getting into now architectural errors that we're going to involve a little more thought here. Selected stamps. I want to have a limited amount of code like we just added to image. I want to have a limited amount of code where we're like, hey, are you an iStamp kind of thing? I think I want this to be iStamp properties, and I want this to be of iStamp properties, like that. Okay. Right, good. All those references. Let's look at these references. Okay, so here, for example, this should be iStamp properties. Come on, there you go. And that code should just continue to work. All right, let's see what else we got. That might be all okay here. I want to do this and then do a build and see if we got any problems here. Cool. That should work. Continue to work. That should work. This might need some modifications here. Uh-oh. Getting some problems with parameters. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this could be problematic here. Let's just see what's going on here. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Width, it's really only using, okay. So not bad, that's not bad. Let's see what's happening here. Just kind of follow it around where it's being used. Just width and the height. Sweet, that's all good. I'm liking that code. All right, let's keep going with our, this was a property here, stamp, right? This one. I hear Karen outside saying, that looks awesome. They're building us a whole new front in our house. So we bought kind of a typical Costa Rican home, kind of a small home, and we built container homes out on the side. And Karen's an artist, so she did her. It's amazing. It looks like all the rooms. I should at some point give you guys a tour of the home when I'm actually able to get up from the desk and move and bring the camera. But it is there are parts that look like museum displays, like for example, if Tim Burton were an interior designer kind of thing. So, so very kind of cool stuff, and maybe that's a little extreme, Tim Burton, but anyway, yeah. So it looks great. It's gorgeous, right? In the bedroom, for example, we've got these 3 giant lights fixtures coming from the ceiling that are just covered in white feathers. And there's a giant mirror with a giant frame around the outside that they're custom building and putting in for us. And the workers now are working on the front door the thing is, the house is kind of small, so we're kind of having to maximize and use space as well as we can. Like in the office here, this office is about, I think, like about 13 feet by 12 feet, 14 feet by 12 feet. About 4 meters by 4.5 meters, if I'm doing my math correctly. And there are 2 studios in it. I've got my walking desk, 2 studios, meaning Karen's got a desk with green screen behind it and lights. I've got mine set up here as well. Got shelving up on the ceilings. The cool thing about the house is high ceilings, so we're kind of exploiting those a little bit. But she's got artwork everywhere. Just about all the artwork is stuff she's done, which is cool too. So yeah, it's just like, it is a very, very unique house. Looks like something you would rent off of a Airbnb or something like that, a special kind of customized getaway in Costa Rica.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's cool. All right, so let's keep going here. I'm feeling good so far about the changes we're making. They're not too bad. They're like, okay, this feels like this can work. Now I'm going to tap the next reference through these. See if I got any problems here. That looks all good. Escape to jump back. Continue with this. And I think we've gone full circle all the way around. So now I'm going to hit escape to get back. Just jumping back. This was one of the method calls that we were changing. Okay, here's back to here. So this is really nice, the tap to next reference feature, right? Every time I start a new search by hitting the tab key, it remembers where I am, so I can hit escape to come back. It's kind of an option with the feature. You can turn that on inside the CodeRush
It's pretty
setup
useful
wizard.
because it's like doing a tree search. So you go off down one branch, you explore down that branch, and when you come back, you find where that branch deviated from what you were doing before.
Yeah,
And you go move on to the next piece.
yeah. And it's great for, if you can't remember, like, hundreds of branches of where you were looking in the code.
Well,
Yeah.
indeed.
Whoops, I hit finish in there. I meant to show you where that setup option is for it. Next. There it is right there. Oh, I guess I thought there was a separate option for it. No, it's just all there. I guess the options that I'm thinking about are in here. I think. Oh no, it's in the markers one. Sorry. So tap to next reference will drop a marker for you if you turn it on, and then it's the collection of them. It is in the setup wizard, but it's on the marker collection page instead. Right? Where is it? There it is. So that's what I've got my setting right there. So markers there. Okay, so let's continue looking at the parameters here. It's going to be iStamp properties. Good. Let's go into this one as well. So we should be left with, at some point, a few problems with, I don't know what an image is. I can't get an image from an iStamp property instance. And that's when we're going to check to see, are you a stamp instead?
Sure.
And I think that's the code I'm going to add. So I'm just building again. What do we got? Add stamp. Are we implementing iStamp Manager? We are. So we need to go into iStamp Manager, and here I'm just going to use Control B, which is paste replace. I've got iStamp properties on the clipboard, and I don't have to select anything. I just put the caret on that iStamp, hit Control B, and it replaces it for me like that. Okay, so now I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to go look at my...
So now the iStamps manager also is not relying on anything that is WPF direct.
Yeah, that means this goes to this, which is what we wanted to do anyway. These, every time we get an iStamp in here, we're going to change it to iStamp properties. We're looking for problems after we do that, because what's cool about that is it's now going to get us to the point where we're like, oh, your problem, your problem is going to be the code that is dependent on the higher level image or WPF canvas, that sort of thing. So we're going to get
to say, hopefully that will only exist in the WPF layer, up to the window kind of level of the events though they're in, which is a sensible place for that to be able to make that kind of presumption.
I'm sure it will, because we wouldn't have been able to compile in the past without that being the case. So it'll only exist on a high level, but the question is, where is it? And then that'll give us a better ability to reflect on the architecture. Okay, blend stamp image. Here's one of those problems right here. So what we need to do here is we need to say if stamp is I stamp, and I want to give it a new name. Actual
WPF
stamp. Yeah, WPF
Actual
stamp. I like yours better. Like that. That's an example of the code we're talking about putting in here. What do we got here? Get stamp at point. That's in Stamps Manager.
Because point is WPF as well, I guess. Oh, it returns iStamp.
Oh. There we go. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? I wasn't quite getting it. I'm so glad you saw that, Rory. Okay, cool. That should have fixed that one up at the top. All right, let's go to our error list. Okay, these I'm expecting. Okay, let's change this to iStamp properties. What problems does this lead us to? It's only used there. Show stamp context menu. I think we're going to have a problem here. Yeah, that needs image. So let's do this. Let's do... see if we can convert that. Okay.
Okay.
What else do we got in our error list? That one, oh, create floating image, create floating stamp, floating stamp, active stamp. I just want to see what it's looking at. It's looking at file name. That's it. So active stamp, that can be iStamp properties. Floating stamp can be iStamp properties. Yeah, I like this because we now got more low-level stuff in here. That means create floating stamp can be iStamp properties, right? Yeah, it looks like it can. Surprising because it's very UI-centric kind of piece that's going on here. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, create floating. I didn't see that. Hold on. Okay. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this as iStamp. Whoops. Okay. We need to do an INR template here, if null then return. Just in case. Let's hit the build key to refresh our error list. See what we got. Let's do this. Let's get rid of that. That seems to be a regular thing that's not really... Really? Oh yeah, because it's in a catch. Can I change it out here? Can I just comment that out? Run. Good. Okay. iStamp properties. Selected stamped is equal to copied stamps. What's my copied stamps? Okay. Then we've got this Okay, hold on. New list of properties. Good.
There's a copy method on the stack of code.
Yeah, I think I got to add a copy, and I got to make it abstract is what I got to do. So here, I think it's got to be an iStamp properties, and it's got to come up here. And then I've got to make it in base stamp. I need to implement it, say it's abstract. Cool. And then in stamp, I need to find it. Copy somewhere out here. Here we go. I just need to override it. There. Let's go find copy one more time. In stamp group, we need to do the same thing. Oh, whoops, I forgot to change the return result type.
Yep.
Is my tabbed index reference going to find it? It did. Good. Okay. They are building the door 2 feet over there to my side. They're building a brand new door. What's cool about the door is we're taking the sliding glass doors and we're moving those out and we're gonna, I think, sandblast them to get some etching of like a sunflower on both of them, and we're putting around them essentially a giant wood frame. So they're making a custom wood frame out of wood like this, and they're going to sand down the edges so at the seams it joins and it kind of goes down a bit. Kind of cool.
It looks so good.
Are they working on it right now?
It's so exciting.
It's what'd you say? Here, come up, get your face in the shot here. How's it? Are they actually making a lot of progress on it?
Yeah, the wood is up and the wood looks really good and it matches the other wood.
Have they built the frames
Have
yet?
you explained to them where you are right now? The little weird soft box you've created for yourself? Okay.
No, well, I talked a little bit about, look at that, there's almost no bright glare of light on that
So
forehead.
the ceiling, we have teak ceilings in this room. So when he was doing it before, he had like a little red yarmulke on.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, why is the top of my head red? And it's because I was reflecting the brown ceiling from above, and it was just like this.
It was really
right?
a little distracting.
I'd like more info on that pink bottle right over
Hydro
here.
flask.
Oh, this one.
He's a Visco girl, Mark Miller. This pink hydro flask.
Wicked Blue Ninja's here. What a great name. I love that.
Oh dear, does Blue Ninja have a fanfare? Are
No.
you like, oh?
I'm
that's
thinking, what a cool fanfare.
fanfare.
I owe fanfares. I've not done, my last fanfare was Genescu 7, and it was so over the top, I was like spent at the end. And I was like, I haven't gone back and done a fanfare yet. Well, in fairness, we just moved into the new house, set up,
We got a lot going on.
set
Kids.
up the-
We were in
yeah.
Vegas all last
Yeah.
week. We're launching Dragon Humpers. I am teaching and in master's degree program. What are you talking about? Your bottle?
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is Hydro Flask. These are, what's
Also,
really
I wrote a
cool.
book. Oh,
Okay.
you could write a fanfare for my book. That's what somebody said. I think it's a good idea. I'm just putting it out there. Okay, so your
All
bottle,
right.
yes.
All right, I'll do that. I'll think about that. Yeah, the bottle has got a vacuum inside, I think. It's got to be how it's working because it keeps things really cold. Hydro Flask. I totally recommend them. Not sponsored by them, but...
Not yet.
Not yet, but yeah.
Who knows? If you don't, if you
I-
can manage
can I
to
tell
not
you something?
insult one company.
That never happens.
So we met on a podcast, and he used to just really, really hurt our chances of sponsorship because every single product that was mentioned, he would just
Yeah.
rant about.
Right. Carl would be
They're
like,
not.
hey, Makita drills are good. Makita hand tools, they're going to sponsor us. I'm like, yeah, bleep, 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 Makita, bleep, bleep, bleep. Yeah, I never really was good at getting into sponsors for us. Yeah, I kind of tend to like burn bridges like a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah. The
That's what I tend to
HR
do.
departments don't like them so much.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So anyway, Hydro Flask.
So it's looking good though.
Oh my God, I'm so excited!
Building the actual frames right now? Because I was
Yeah.
just talking about them.
Yeah,
For
that's
these-
what they're building right now. That's why I
super
thought you were
cool.
doing that, and they're like really like good looking wood. You know?
Yeah, solid pieces of wood. So it's like on either side of the main door, there's going to be essentially two giant picture frame looking frames for the glass. Now, I just realized though, we might have to dismantle the glass to sandblast it.
Or
maybe we're not going
I have a better idea.
You're going to, what? You're going to do?
I could just
Paint it?
seasonally paint the glass.
All right, fine.
It's in my art studio.
She's going to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, you
You're
guys are so cute. Relationship goals. Not sponsored, but I wish. If you swap,
We do this.
If you
frequently.
two swap glasses,
can I
can
show
you-
you something?
Yeah.
Actually, Mark Miller looks hot in my glasses.
nah, I don't know if that's true. Or not.
I, on the other hand, it's a serious downgrade.
I don't know if I look hot because like this eye is
I
not
look
my
like Debbie
prescription.
from accounting.
What do you say, Rory?
Where's the
I said that works. They both look alright.
Yeah, it's all right. I look intelligent. Like you must be really brilliant to be wearing those glasses. But these glasses here are.
I'm going for Linda from Bob's Burgers with these.
Yeah. So I only stream live from my office. I've never done it remotely. I've thought about it, but I've never done it. Part of the reason why I've done it is because everything is built like for like this high level of quality that I'm trying to get. That's really hard to duplicate on the road, including my prescription glasses, which I use when I work anyway. Which they're built. They have a focal length of essentially exactly 27 inches, which is what every monitor. I've got 4 monitors in front of me. What the distance of every monitor. So I put these on and I work, and everything's in focus. But I have another set of glasses I use for other stuff.
Pyrocat says you both look slightly better in each other's glasses.
That's
I don't know where
interesting.
I end and you begin.
Yeah, I don't need. Am I actually melting into your body right here?
I'm out of here.
Okay, you gotta get out of here before that happens. All right. Okay, back to work, Rory.
Yeah.
How are you doing on time? You've been with us for a long time this morning.
I got a couple minutes left. Not a huge amount of time.
Well, you know, it's always better when you're here. I just want to say that, Rory.
Very nice.
It is never better when you're not here. It is never better when you're not here. All right. So we're doing a surprisingly large amount of refactoring here, right? In that we have this low-level core and this higher level, and we had code before that was like, hey, you know, touching all of that, and now we're like saying, wait, we want to set the line here. And put, you know, get the low-level stuff low and the high-level high, because we're serializing, and we didn't have these problems before when we weren't serializing, but now that we are, we want to be able to serialize from the low-level core is what we want
A
to do.
little bit more control over what we serialize, and we serialize it because we need it.
This is good. Look, this looks good to me. These 4 errors.
That's a small number.
Yeah, I think that these might not blossom into new errors. I think these are going to go away, and we're going to be really close to trying something out here.
Okay.
That's what I think. And at this point, everything should just continue to work, right? We haven't actually implemented our serialization yet, right? All we're doing is refactoring, prepping, getting ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Pyrocat is burning dinner. Step away from the show.
That's what happens when you're a pyro cat.
Yeah. Both Rory and Karen at the same time are jumping on that joke lob right there. They're like, let me get that. Okay.
It demands it has, you know, it's the
Has to
gravitational
be hit.
attraction of that kind of joke.
Yeah, how appropriate, says Jetsam. Jetsam's in there too. Give it to me. Yeah, I'm usually that guy. Okay, this is really cool. Yeah, I think we're
Down to 2.
almost done. Add range.
List of ice stamps sat there.
Oh, it's above. There is the problem.
Yep.
Thanks, Rory. It's as if you knew I wasn't looking in the right place. Okay. And oh, look at that. Run.
Ooh.
So at this point, we're just going to run through some tests with grouping and ungrouping. Make sure everything still seems to work. Uh-oh, got slow upload speed.
Ooh.
Yeah, it just looked like we were
Buffering.
thrashing there for a little bit.
Back again.
Yeah, it looks like it's back. Came back up again. Okay, good. All right, here we go. I wonder if that was because of the build. Let's hit Control-O for open. And let's go find that, what was it? The S map was the last one we created. All right, so let's get something interesting in here. Let's build a frosty, snowy wonderland here. And I think I got a winter section. Yeah, I do. This works better for larger rooms. But we can scale these pieces down here. I've got a 1/3 here, so I can drop that down. And let's throw some wood over here. And let's put a hole in the ice over here. Like that. Let's actually throw some ice down. And send it to the back. There's my hole in the ice. Make that even smaller. All right, cool. So there is my selection of pieces. What's going on here? Okay, it just looked a little funny, weird to me. But yeah, there. I wonder why that is. Is it on top? Let's drop it to the bottom. That's really weird. I think that I've got a separate blending bug here. That edge right there, Rory, is what I'm talking
That's
about.
interesting. Yeah, I can see the straight edges.
Yeah, but I'm curious as to why that's the case. I think I've got a bug in my blending. I haven't seen that before here, so I'm not sure what that is. I have to look at that closely. All right, so now I want to select a couple of these, group them. Let's select these two, group them as well. I'm just hitting Control-G to group them. Select these. Wait, hold on. This one. Uh-oh. Wow. Okay, so we got a bug. Contains in isn't working. Contains point in stamp group. Oh! This needs to be relative test point popped in.
Oh, yes.
That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what happened here.
Weren't we doing refactoring and reporting a bug around this general area?
Yeah. I think this is correct, but it could have been that the code was not right before.
Maybe.
What is my... What's this red underline here? This is this because I'm in... it's going to say, sorry, you can't change this.
Because you're running.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
you're running and it's got to be captured. Yeah. All right. So let's. All right. Let's do this. Let's open a larger file. Oops. Okay, really weird thing happened. I hit run by mistake. And look at this. What is going on with that? I don't even understand that.
That's different, all right.
I'm like, wait, what happened? Just because it contains point changed? Yeah, the parent didn't get sent here. Like, all kinds of crazy stuff happened, and I don't think I made any change other than that one you saw. Contains point? Yeah. I'm like, what? Let's try running that again. I just want to see that happen one more time. Undo my change and try running again and see what happens. That time it worked. What? A non-repeatable error? I didn't even know how we ran, to be honest. I was like, wait, what? Thought it was about to. It was the weirdest thing.
As you say, it's slightly annoying because bug appeared for reasons we can't predict and has gone equally quickly. But there's
Yeah.
that feeling it's there somewhere waiting to bite at some point in the
Right,
future.
exactly. Let's open up the Dark Layer of Sorrows, and we're going to get rid of our small map, so we'll work with a larger map. The larger maps take longer to work with because they're giant files. They're like 5,000 pixels by like 6,000 or 7,000 pixels. That's not good.
Probably not the best time to mention then that I gotta go.
All right, buddy. Thanks so
Sorry
much.
about that.
No worries.
We'll be back with you same time tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you
Have a
later,
good one.
Rory. Thanks, buddy.
See you then.
Bye. Okay. Yeah, the map is too big. So what it looks like, is that really it? Image generated overflow during processing. Merge pixels width. Let's look at the call stack here. Looks like no. I want to come back to this problem. I want to get a larger file, but that's not so small than the one we're using. I think I'm going to have to go to Don John and create one. All right, here we go. All right, fine. The Dark Crypts of the Shadow Countess. Dungeon size, small. So drop the size down. Room layout, complex. Room size, medium. I could even go with large on that. And construct. All right, there's my medium size map. Save it. That's weird. Try again. Save it. Why is this not working? Wow. Okay. Let's go back over here. Where is my folder? No, that's not what I want. There's what I want. Here's where I'm putting them there. Okay. So the Dark Crypts of Shadow Countess. And then let's put that in our load. See if that one works. That's small enough to get past without an error. Okay. Here we go. There's the map. Double click. Let's create our Winter Wonderland. Let's drop 2 items here. Let's see if we can just group these 2. Select both, hit the group button, and that seems to work. All right, cool. Control, click and drag, create a duplicate of it, shift click both, group them both. Still seems to work. Ungroup them. There we go, we've got our 2 groups. Ungroup just this one. Then we've got those 1, 2, 3, shift clicking those 3. Group those, duplicate that, and ungroup this. We got, should have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that looks good. So no change in functionality. A lot of refactoring is taking place. Still not saving, so we need to save. Let's save this one. I'm just going to hit Control S on this. We're going to call this Frost. The Frost Queen, like that. I'm going to hit Control O, and we're going to open up the S map. There we go. Cool. I'm going to hit Control O again. We're going to open up the Frost Queen again. We're making progress. Are we going to get that loaded up correctly? Need a progress indicator for the load, I think. Seems like it's taking a long time to load. We got a problem. I have a theory on the problem here, in that it is when it's drawing the tiles after load, it's drawing giant bitmaps a bunch of times in a row. That's my theory on this. Yeah, it's non-responsive. The UI is non-responsive now. Where are we? Set size. It's a big bitmap. Okay. Creating a new writable bitmap for each one of those. All layers set size. Add tile overlays. That's done. And tiles from map. That's a performance problem there. Update if needed. Rebuild walls. Also a performance issue there. Yeah, I suspect a number of these purposes are because we're using the WPF mechanisms to modify the text files, which are not the, the images, the image layers, which are not the fastest. Looks like that load is done now. Okay, cool. And we're here. All right, next we need to serialize. We need to be able to drop things in and save them out. Finally, we're at a point. Oh no! We got a low flying. Bald bearded builder's coming in. He's coming in too low. He's coming in too low. Oh! Taco Tuesday. Michael Jolly, how you doing, my friend? Dude, I want to show you something I think only you might appreciate. Sorry about the mess. Yeah, got to do something about that. You're coming in with too much enthusiasm. But I want to show you something. Look at this. See how smooth this is? I've got 3 lights on me right now. 3 lights. And I just want to show you that. You can barely see the reflection right here. The reason I'm talking to you, Michael, is because you are a streamer who has a very reflective head, as I do, right? And having a bright point source of light, it's hard to get this so that it looks soft up at the top, which is what I was Basically, that's the challenge. And from my perspective, that's something that's kind of a goal. So anyway, Michael, reach out to me directly if you want to see my setup and see how it's what's going on with it, how I made this work. Took a while last night, setting it all up, trying to figure out how to get rid of all of the bright, distracting points of reflection up here. More lights, I could make it even look even better. But with 3, it's not bad. Powdering that, I'm actually not powdering it. Not at all. Although last night, Karen was like, I can teach you how to do makeup if you want. I'm like, I will solve this problem. You know, I'm like, I will make sure I will get rid of all the reflections. So anyway, it's a nice setup. The lighting is not bad. It's almost professional. The other thing that's hard to do with the lighting is if you're wearing glasses, right? You really can't have any lights in front of the face because they're just going to fill up, right? They're going to fill up. You are seeing some things here, but what you're seeing, actually most of what you're seeing is the reflectivity is of OBS, and it's got a white UI on the back. I wonder if I can change OBS's UI. You just have a theme to go black. It totally should, because it's a streaming tool. Let's see, what do we got here? Tools, settings. There's a dark mode. Let's get that dark mode in. What's happening? I said tools settings, and it like brought up a global.ini. It opened it up in, yeah, I said tool settings, and it brought me here. Maybe there's a different way to get the dark mode here. Oh, here we go. Now it's popping up. That was really weird. Okay. Do it. Show me dark mode. Better. Better, better, better. Yeah, better. So now you're not seeing, the most reflection you get is like right around in this spot here. Where is that? What is that you're looking at? Is it this? Is it still UI on the screen? It's UI on the screen, I think. There's still a little bit of white on the screen that you're picking up on some of the screens. Speaking of which, I bet I should need to go. I want to see if Skype's got a dark mode. Appearance. There we go. Dark mode. Here's the real reason to go to dark mode, kids. Look at that. Stick to my contacts. Skype does have a dark mode as well. Yeah. Now it's getting better. Now look at that lighting. Although, look at that. We've lost some of the lighting on my face. I'm a little darker now than I was before. So that's a little tricky. To get all of that, I think I'm going to need more lights to kind of add that fill. But it's not bad. That also means now I've got one last bit of light over here, which is in this pop-out window for the stream chat. And wonder how I solve that. How do I get to dark chat settings? Is there a dark mode? I don't see it. Switch to non-mode settings. Oh, there we go, dark mode. I see it. Got it. All right, cool. So a little dark on my face now. Got to redo the lighting now that I've switched all that. I was previously getting lighting from Skype application and from the chat window on the side. But it's not bad. It's a little tricky, but not bad. That's kind of where we are now. All right. LED necklace. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this. But yeah, wearing glasses, bald head, really kind of challenging light. In fact, I'm deciding so much now, I'm going to actually bring back in those side lights from the monitors. That's what I'm going to do. Come back over here, go to light mode for Skype for now. That gives me a little more fill. That's not bad. I'll take that. Cool. Okay, we want to now serialize is what we want to do. So Michael, you just joined us. Anybody else just joining us? We have spent a good part of almost an hour and 48 minutes refactoring, getting some code that was touching high level and low level stuff at the same time, so it would only touch low level. And if it needed to touch high level, it would kind of had to ask permission to do that. So we did that, and hold on, I want to change this right here. I want to actually look at every iStamp implementation here. And I want to change it to iStamp properties and see if we get, if we have any problems. with it because I wanted to, so I'm just hitting tab to next reference and then changing it and then hitting escape to get back, tab to next reference, making those changes, escape to get back. Most of these should still compile. In fact, I think I'm in a section, an area here where I can just come down and scroll down and get a lot of these. And so the stamp properties is this kind of low-level version of stamp that has just kind of core-level access to properties in there. Let's escape to jump back, tab again. Same thing here. Most of these should all compile. Most of these changes should all work and compile. That one we need to keep. So I'm not changing any functionality right now. I'm just going through and just kind of cleaning up the code in some ways. I'm basically saying, hey, look, we only need and are accessing this data, this set of data defined by this particular interface. And so let's make it clear that we only need that interface. We don't need that more sophisticated one. Let's build. What we got? Probably going to work, I think. Build failed. Okay. That's okay. I want to come in here and say, hey, this is how I want to do that. So I want to explicitly say we are this other implementer. Okay, where's the other problem? Same thing here. Okay. Are those my errors? Okay, escape to get back. Tap to next reference. That one we need. 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 This one we can change. I'm going to drop a marker here, keep going. That one we need. That one we need. That one we need. Whoops, what's this one? Yes, we need that one there. I don't think we need this one here. Just drop a marker here, keep going. Drop a marker there, keep going. Drop a marker there. Okay, we're just gonna, whoops, not that one. I want iStamp properties. Let's go ahead and change these, change these, change these, change these. Got workers right outside my wall working on building us a new front door entranceway. It's going to be so cool. Looks like I got rid of all those. Let's hit escape to jump back. Paste, escape to jump back, paste. And I can actually hit shift escape to jump back and paste to the last marker if I want to. That one we're going to keep. Okay, that one we need, that one we need, that one we need. That one we need. That one can change. Okay. Feels pretty good. Okay, so next we gotta, let's just build. Might as well do that, double check that we're good. Build succeeded. All right, cool. Okay, so we have this stamps layer, which right now has got this property right here. I want to take this property out. I want to take everything related to it out. Is what I want to do. So I want to take this and I want to actually add it over to map, because the map is what needs to be able to serialize these pieces. So after we serialize these in, they're going to have some properties, but we are going to need to... How are we going to serialize these? I'm not sure about this yet. I think we might, on save, have to create a temporary list of data that's going to hold their positions. Is that what we're going to do? Wait. No, hold on. Base stamp. Can we do that? But then we have to create... Because the base stamp could either be a stamp or stamp group. We have to create the correct one based on it. I'm not sure what we're going to do in serialization just yet. All right, let's just get the code working. So the data is now stored down in here, and then we'll figure out how we're going to serialize that and deserialize it. The deserialization of the iStamp properties is tricky because it's a list of different classes. It might be a stamp or a stamp group. That's currently what we have, one of two choices. So if I serialize that and I bring it back in, JSON deserialization isn't going to know what class to create, especially if I'm just giving it, saying it's a list of iStamp properties. So I have to bring it in and give it some kind of surrogate class to hold the data, check the data inside it to see what it is, and then based on what it is, create the new instance and repopulate it. It's a little tricky to do because I'm using JSON serialization. If I created my own serialization engine, I could just hard code the knowledge of what the types are and solve it. And I might still have to add code that would say which one am I going to create, but it would be, I think, more intuitive on how to solve the problem because I'd have my own engine and it would have explicit knowledge about the stamps and the stamp groups. But I don't have that knowledge, and I'm using JSON to do it. So what I have to do is build the knowledge into the data, which means stamp and stamp group are going to have a property, or iStamp properties is going to have a property that's going to tell it what its type is, so that something I build later is going to check that type and then build the right instance. I feel like that may have come really fast. So my apologies if that was just fire hosing you there on the on what my plans are, but that's kind of what my thoughts are and plans and where we're going on there. Protopoly.com says hi. Welcome and hello. All right, so let's see. Stamps. All right, so there's stamps there. We want to go to stamps layer. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to instead say we've got a... Let's look at iStamps Manager. Where is that? That's up here. That's high level. Do I need it? Ooh, look at this, though. I can now make this low level. The only thing I need to change is get stamp at. Hold on. Let's go back and undo this and change get stamps at. And then we're going to move iStamp Manager down to the core, because right now it's up in my WPF layer. And I want to take this thing and move it down, right? Everything in here is in the core except for point. So we're going to take get stamp at. Let's go see where we're using that. All right. So right here, we're going to say, oh, come on. I'm looking for decompose parameter. Code rush refactoring is not here when I'm expecting it. I think it's a bug. So I'm going to report it. Put the code rush issue start command in the chat room. All right, kids, I'm trying to decompose parameter here on point. I want to pass in X and Y instead of point. And decompose parameter is not available. Hitting the code rush key. Nothing is there. I don't understand. Get stamp at is all over the place. Let me do this too. Let me do a check-in. Adding code, well, basically we'll say refactoring. And, oh, by the way, wait, look at the lighting on my face when this goes white up here. Do we have a dark tools, options? Do we have a dark theme? I don't see a dark theme option up here. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, refactoring. All right. So let's stage all of that. Commit. Let's add a tag so the devs can see the bug, get the code for this bug. We're going to call this bug decompose parameter. Not available. We're going to push that tag immediately. Add that tag. All right, so here's get stamp at. It's access. You can see what it is. It's got an interface here, an iStamps manager. And I want to decompose parameter on it. I hit the coder key, not there, not available. I'm wondering why I can't decompose this parameter. I should totally be able to do it. Help me out, fix it. Let me close the bug. Close the bug report rather. Send you my log files. Decompose parameter not available. Like that. And I'll put this out in the link to the in the chat room for that latest source there, so you can get that, devs. Right like that. There we go. Get that. All right. So there's that bug report. Hopefully we'll figure that out. Now I'm going to have to manually do it here. So we're going to come in here and say X and Y. Whoops. Like that. Can I tab the next reference on these? Not anymore. Okay, let me change those parameters. So let's hit the jump to symbol. Did I copy those to the clipboard? No, I did not. Here's the last one. All right. Build. Got one more out here somewhere. Where is it? Is it an old error message? Yeah, it was an old error message. Okay. Yeah, speaking of which, so that was like a feedback loop problem, right? Where it showed me an old error message, and I thought it was the latest one because it wasn't updating quickly enough. I also have a feedback loop problem with my car where, sometimes I like to just do things quickly. So I'll like pop up the key, I'll like open it up. Like this is slow motion for me. Stick the key in, turn it, and click that door as soon as I turn it. And the car I'm speaking about is a 1999 Dodge Durango. And if I open it too fast, it sets off the break-in alarm. It thinks somebody is opening and popping open the door without unlocking it first. And I can actually regularly set off the car alarm by opening it too quickly. So if I slow it down, and the only way to turn it off is close the door, open it slowly, that sort of thing. So my car is like saying, slow down, Mark. Okay, what do we got? We got a build, I think. Let's just do a quick run because we made a couple refactoring changes. Make sure everything's working. Oh, now I finally get what you mean when you said I'll stick to my contacts. Got that. I was thinking your contacts would like list of people that is contact. Okay, so this is not showing what we did before, but we can hit the open took a long time for this one, as I recall. I don't want to wait that long for this. Let's open a smaller one. Okay, so our tests are going to be, we're going to drop some items in, and we're going to group them and click and make sure that we can actually select them. So I click off, it doesn't, I'm clicking here and clicking here. Now I'm clicking there and it selects it. Select both, group them together. The move works. This one's not appearing because it's off screen, so that's kind of okay. Let's do the resize. The resize works. Control, click, and drag. Whoops. Control, click, and drag like that. Ungroup, ungroup. All right, good. So that's all working. Okay. Now, so funny. We've tried this like 3 times in the show. We started at the beginning of the show trying to do this move I'm trying to do right now. And then we were like, oh, problem. Let's refactor. All right, so I'm taking that out, putting it into map. I'm taking iStamp. Oh, we've already got it there. Sorry. Taking iStamp Manager. I'm going to take that and I'm going to drag it down to core. It's up here. And now that we refactored that get stamp at, we can move it down into core. Right there. And I'm going to hold the shift key down to move it. There it is. Let's change its name to map core. All right, cool. Now my iStamps manager is there. Then now I want map to implement this. Like that. So map is a stamps manager as well. Now right now stamps aren't being used. So we're going to, in this step, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the functionality from stamp layers that's actually dealing with moving stamps around, move it down to the map. We're not serializing yet. We're not saving the stamps out. So we still have to take that step, which is going to be an extra step. The step 1 is move all the data down. So let's go back to stamps layer. And now everywhere where we've got a problem, well, what we need to do is we need to add a new property called map. Like that. I should have made this auto implemented. Like that. Now when we create the stamps layer, hold on. I can get to the constructor faster if I just put the caret on the constructor and hit the tab key instead of the type reference. There's the constructor right there. Stamps layer dot map equals map. I think, nope, I don't have an actual map here. Oh, because, yeah, okay, gotcha. I see, we're creating it here. So I need to instead look for a line of code that's basically an assignment to the map property right there. So here, stamps layer, is stamps layer created by now? Nope, it's not created till down here. So let's go to initialize layers. So there we've just set that up. Let's come back up here. I'm going to hit Shift F12 on this to bring up CodeRush's find references on it. And I'm going to look for only assignments, any writes to it, because I want to see where it's changing. So it's changing here when we load up a new file. And so I'm going to reassign it here. Yeah, those are the only 2 times we need to worry about it. That's also kind of fixed here. I'm kind of feeling this needs to be in its own method. Even though it's one line of code, because it's happening more than once and in different places, I kind of want to have it, like right after assignments to this. So I want to do this, like that. And right there. And delete this. Okay, cool. All right, so now that I have a map, and now that map implements iStat Manager, we'll go over to stamps layer, and I should be able to come in here and say, Visual Studio is rating with a party of 23. Visual Studio, we are inside of you right now. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Visual Studio. Good to have you folks out here. We are working hard in Visual Studio, doing some refactoring, getting some serialization for a Dungeons & Dragons map editor. And that's what we're working on right now. So we've got Visual Studio up here. We've got CodeRush installed. I'm on the CodeRush team, and so I'm actually dogfooding CodeRush as we're writing the code so that we can find bugs or do feature requests. Already in this show, we have made a couple bug reports and a couple feature requests have already happened. So stay tuned. You never know what you're going to see. Let's see. Let's run this up here. So now what I want to do is, and we're right in the middle of refactoring right now. So what I want to do is essentially just make the same call like this. Whoops, sorry, not that. What's up? Says Keith Elder. Keith, dude. I see your happy face on Twitter all the time here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to declare that. Whoops, not add parameter. Sorry. Declare that method. Dude, love the hair, man. Thank you, sir. Where is it? Why don't I have declare method? Is it already in there? Oh, iStamps Manager. Oh. I want that in map. Okay, so here's what I got to do. I got to come in here and do this. Declare all of these. Implement the interface. Boom. Come down here, sort stamps by Z order. Then I need this here. So I'm just going to have to move these pieces one at a time down here. That's what I'll have to do. Add stamp. So we're going to come in here and we're going to say map.add stamp. That, and we're going to pass in stamp. And then I'm going to come over to map, find my add stamp. There it is, and paste that code that I just put in there. Okay. I think I'll take this whole thing down. Map.insert stamp, I, comma, stamp. Okay, and let's go find insert stamp. There it is. There it is. While I'm here, I want to rename this right here. Just so it's a little more clear. All right, cool. All right, that's good. All right, come back over into stamp layers, remove stamp. We're going to say map.remove stamp. That. Come over to map, find remove stamp. Right there. Add stamp now. Ooh. Is add stamp now part of the stamp manager? It's not. Good. Okay, cool. One stamp image. Okay, here we go. Refresh. What's clear all do? That's in layer. Okay, cool. So then I want to call, do I have refresh in Stamps Manager? I do not. Okay, so maybe we need to, oh wait, but it's got to, shoot. Okay, here I've got to get to the stamps. All right, that means I need to expose a property here. And where's that property? There it is right there. I don't think I need a getter on it. And maybe I do need a, I'm sorry, don't need a setter is what I meant to say. For serialization, I think I need it. But is this what I'm going to serialize? I think I might. Okay. All right, so I want to add this to my iStamps manager. Okay. Now that works. So there's my refresh there. Get stamp at. This is going down. So I'm going to say return map.get stamp at X and Y. Let's go find get stamp at over in map. Did I miss it? There it is right there. All right. Good, Fred? Fred says he's good. All right, let's go to... What's my last one did I do? Add stamps I don't have yet. Wait, why am I not seeing it? Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay. Seems like I should have an error in here for add stamps. Is add stamps maybe not needed? Is that what the problem is? I don't think I need to actually implement this here. I had this one implementing it as well. Or do I wrap it? Let's try wrapping it for now. Cool. All right. So if I build, feels like I've got a problem. I've got an exception that's being thrown. The build worked. Okay. Why is that exception being thrown over in for map here? Add stamps. Who's calling this? All right. Do I have a remove stamps in here? Insert stamps, remove all stamps. Okay, got to take care of those too. There's remove all stamps. And then insert stamps is, I think, the last one. There it is right there. There we go. So we've now taken all of that data that was related to the map, all of that code that was related to the map, the iStamp manager, and moved it down. Now, I wonder what happens. So we have a build that works, right? Let's check the build. Build succeeded. Okay, let's take this out and see what happens. Do we still build? Build succeeded. Okay. Let's do a quick run, a quick test.
Merkin.
See some of the stuff we're working on here. Here's the map editor right here. Let's hide the scroll. All right, here we go. All right, just doing the same kind of test we were doing before, making sure all of this is working. Shift click, Control G, grouping is working. Good. Delete. It looks like everything's still working. Here's my group. Ungroup. Ungroup again. Oops. Group. Ungroup. And then select this one. Ungroup. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So all of that's good. Now we need to deal with the serialization and the saving. So this is like the last trick to make this work. Mac finally has the data we essentially want to serialize. The problem is what we were serializing is an interface. I'm not sure how JSON's going to handle that. I have a feeling it's going to give us values out there. It's going to actually serialize it relatively well. The problem is when we bring it back in, we need to be able to create an instance of a stamp or an instance of a stamp group, one of those two. So that's what we've got to do now. We got to figure out how to do this. Should I wait to save this for tomorrow's show or keep going? Here's the question. Well, I do know that to solve this, we have to come in and we're going to need to tell it what instance it is, its type name. So I'm going to need to add a property called type name of type string to iStamp properties, like that. And wherever we implement it, we need to implement that type of name piece as well. I think we can do this. We can say, whoops, not thread. Type name like this. Death Knight 1. Death Knight is following. Thanks for the follow, Death Knight. Appreciate the follow. Okay. Type name is there in base stamp. Am I going to make this virtual? I'm not. I'm just going to store it here is what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to go to the constructor and I'm going to set it explicitly in this constructor. Do I have a constructor? There it is. So type name equals mapcore dot. There's a wait. Let's see if Coderush has got a refactoring for this. Base stamp. Use name of. That's what I wanted to do. Type name is name of base stamp. Is that going to give me? All right, that can work. I'll do that. Then I want to do the same thing in stamp group, which is the other class that we're dealing with in here. All right, let's use selection increase to get the top of the file. There it is right there, stamp group. There's my constructor. We're going to say type name here like that. So now the type name is going to be stored in the element we serialize out. And we're using JSON to serialize, so we'll see this out as a JSON property here. Now the question is, how do we save all of these out and bring them back in? We essentially want to bring them in as kind of an interim kind of serializable stamp. Also, we got to look at stamp group a second. Do I have that encapsulated anywhere? Do I have a stamps property? I must. That would be expected. Doesn't look like it actually. Yeah, let's encapsulate. So now I've got a, somewhere near, I've got a, there it is right there. Public property stamps. So that's now going to be, serialized out. Map, does map have it? I think we added this here to map, right? There it is there, map has it. That's going to be serialized. Let's run and save and see if we can see what's saved. Look at that data. Okay, get that ready to go. Come here. Let's start laying out our water wonderland here. Let's pop some pillars in here. All right, let's also throw in some furniture and chairs out here on this ocean. There's a table. What'd you say? Yes, I can. Do I have to go right now?
No, not quite. But...
I got a few minutes. All right, we'll end up soon. I'll take you. Got it. No worries. Thanks. All right, get some chairs here, and let's pop them all in here. Get them kind of around here. I want to create a group of these. That's kind of why I'm putting these out here. And put it the back. Let's go to Earth, and let's, because this also will help us with Z-order testing as well. And let's make some Earth rising up above. Drop that to the back. That, make it a little lighter, increase the contrast. Okay, and let's save. And we're going to call this our first stamp save test, like that. All right. So that seemed to work. There it is right there. Let's open that up in VS Code. Pudding's back! What do you miss? You missed just amazing stuff. I'm now testing to see if the stamps are actually being saved. There's no way we're going to be able to reconstitute them because we don't have a way to create the right instance of it. So if we try to load on this, it won't work right now. But we've got our flyweights right here. So we see those. I want to look for stamps. I'm hoping to see stamps in here. That looks good. Whoa. The image property is serialized. I don't want that. That's going to be a mess bringing that in anyway. And images, yeah, look at how big images. Images continuing. Whoa, 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 nightmare. Nightmare. Images goes all the way down to there, I think. From there to there. Yeah, also notice we're at line 51,000. Okay. However, this is the good stuff right here. Look at that. Width, height, type name, base stamp. Sweet. All right, we got to stop this right now. Okay, let's figure that part out. JSON ignore on that. And I can't do it while I'm running, so I'm going to have to close the app. JSON ignore. We need that on stamps image property right here. JSON ignore there. Anything else we need to worry about? What other properties does this thing have? Height, width, and image. So image is the only one. Height and width we can save. Stamp group. I think we got an image property in here too. Using CodeRush's code places here to just look at all my property names. All these we want to save. Image we do not. I'm going to ignore that. Scale X and Y, I think we get ignored automatically because it's only got a getter. Yeah, that should be better. Okay, with that, I am going to close up because I have got to run an errand here, so I'm going to go do that and JSON ignore. So we're really close. Tomorrow we'll finish this up. We will get that serialization, wrapping it all the way up. Let's go ahead and do this so at least we get a build when we're done for today. And thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Keith's got a meeting to go to himself. That's come a long way since I was last here. Oh. Thanks, Keith. Yeah, very cool stuff. Well, let me just leave you with, let's see if I can do a test all damage roll here. Is that working? There you go. Kind of some crazy stuff here happening out there. This is some of the stuff that we've been building here on this show. All kinds of stuff here. Let's...
Bushwhacker, it's Judy.
Hold on.
Merkin Bushwhacker. Bill.
Here we go. Let's do a Wrathful Smite spell. There's the effect. Now let's bring out the Greatsword. All these effects are on top of the players. You can see the effects are actually going in front of and behind my hand. They're actually spinning, particle effects spinning around. And let's roll the attack. Yeah, visually it's gorgeous. It's really looking cool. All right. So with that, let's go see who else out there that we're following is streaming live out there. Look at the good old Live Coder stream team. Who we got out there? Bald Bearded Builder. We're going to raid our good friend Bald Bearded Builder. Good friend Michael Jolly. Boom, starting the raid. Tell him I said hi. Raiding you in about 3 seconds, kids. Boom.